Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum, ya Sheikh. How's it going? Alhamdulillah. Barakallah fi. So,
good to have you again back. We're
yes,
back together.
yeah, we're back together after a long time.
Mashallah.
And I catch him today. So I catch the Sheikh and I bring to talk to you guys. So today our topic, inshallah, about arrogancy. Arrogant. Arrogant, I think that's the worst behavior or worst character that people can have. Like you can't say you're better than anybody, because that's what Iblis, Allah kicked Iblis from the heaven because he was arrogant. Because when Allah asked the Malaika and asked the angels to make sujood for Adam, Iblis said, "No, I can't make sujood." Why, Iblis, you can't make sujood? He said, "I'm better than him. You create me from fire and you create him from mud, so I can make sujood for Adam." So that's the first create for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have the arrogancy. It was Iblis. And anybody follow Iblis' footstep, you're going to end up like Iblis. So that's why today we bring Sheikh Abdul Rahman to inshallah talk about this and let us know what Allah and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam say about it. And tfaddal ya Sheikh, this is a big topic.
Yes, exactly.
And very important to address. And some people, they have it, they don't even know they have this arrogancy.
Exactly, yeah.
So what do you say about it, Sheikh?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulih al-amin, wa ala alihi wa ashabihi al-tayyibin al-tahirin, Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir, subhanaka ya azim. First of all, we should be thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with the blessings, different kinds of ni'mah and blessings that Allah has showered upon us, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. And coming to the topic after that, the arrogance, which in Arabic we call al-kibr, basically it's been defined by the Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He defined the arrogance as al-kibru batarul haqqi wa ghamtun nas. It's like you're disregarding, you're rejecting, ignoring completely the truth, the truth of the Quran and Sunnah. You're rejecting it, denying it, knowingly or unknowingly, both. In the Quran is mentioned that some people, they knowingly actually ignored, even if they know it's the haqq, this is truth from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but they knowingly ignored. وَجَحَدُوا بِهَا وَاسْتَيْقَنَتْهَا أَنفُسُهُمْ ظُلْمًا وَعُلُوًّا. Example of Fir'aun, we're gonna come to him. He's one of the best examples.
Yeah.
We talk about the arrogance.
Yeah.
One of the best examples is Fir'aun. So he knew that this is the truth from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
When Allah sent Musa to him.
Sent Musa to him.
Right.
Because he has seen the miracles.
Oh, yeah.
Everything was there. To be the proof was there. But knowingly he denied all that. And there are some unknowingly they also deny that. So basically the definition of the arrogance or the kibr is this is batarul haqq. And the other part is وَغَمْتُ النَّاسِ اِحْتِقَارُهُم. Means you're like seeing yourself as a superior from the others, whatsoever it is, whether in terms of power, whether in terms of wealth, you see yourself that you are superior than the others. You're the best. And basically this is one of the worst sins. And historically, as mentioned by our brother Muhammad, in fact, arrogance is one of the first crime that was being committed against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by Iblis. The first, one of the first crimes being committed is like the kibr and hasad. They correlate with each other.
They go with each other. If you have kibr, that means you have hasad also.
Yes.
Subhanallah.
So this is how it started with Iblis. He said, "Ana khayrun min," that I'm better than him. So he sees that he is better than someone else, in some way.
Because Iblis thought Adam is made from clay or from mud.
Yeah.
And why make it from mud and how? Because Iblis he was
from fire.
From fire.
Yeah.
So I think this better, the superior.
Yes.
Far superior than mud.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what he's thinking.
So what happened? So the hasad came first. When the hasad came, kibr came. The arrogance, it's like as a result from hasad.
Subhanallah.
That's why he denied doing this prostration to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or following Allah's command.
So
it leads you to actually more sins, as we can see from here. So what happened when he showed arrogance? It did not only end it there.
You're gonna go
More
to
calamities,
yeah.
more problems
Yeah,
started for him.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
That ended up. He was actually he was amongst the angels. He was like worshipping Allah subhanahu wa
I
ta'ala.
hear about he's a leader of the angels.
Yes.
He used to lead them.
Yes.
Subhanallah.
But then only that arrogance changed completely. He destroyed his whole life, his whole status and dignity, put him down.
Subhanallah. Yeah.
So this is how worse is it, this kibir. And in Quran Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِنَّهُ لَا يُحِبُّ الْمُسْتَكْبِرِينَ. That verily, indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not love those who have arrogance in themselves.
And you know what? Subhanallah, now we can see arrogancy even amongst the people from the same country, from the same tribe. They think the tribe from this specific sectors from the society is better than other tribe, which is the same country. Like that's something make you sometimes makes you feel like what's wrong with these people. Even like the all black, they all Muslims, they all but the North think they're better than the West, and the West think they're better than the South, and the South think they're better than the East. So how you elaborate on that? What do you think this come from?
This exactly happens. Why? Because this is how the shaitan works. When you're good with his situation is good, he's trying to put his tricks. It's one of his tricks.
It's like a door. When you open that door, you get
yes. Or maybe some people like shayateen al-ins, they're doing that, as we have seen in many Muslim countries. There were people who were united, they were good, they share same language, same culture,
same value,
same religion, and at the same time they're turned against each other. That's because Iblis is also all there, and there is some people working for Iblis who are helping these people,
helping you fuel this fire.
Exactly, because they want you to go your situation bad, against each other.
Subhanallah.
So these things, they've been created like that sometimes. Sometimes it's just they're good with somebody, sometimes together, and then they start war with each other again. As how the Kuffar Quraysh in Jahiliyyah they were.
So now we explain what arrogancy is.
Yes.
I just have a question for you. Like if I dress up nicely, I drive a nice car, I live in a big house, I'm showing off my, Allah gave me some money and I'm showing off for myself, not just, for people. Is that kind of arrogancy? Like
that's a very good question. Yes. In fact, in the same hadith, the Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam defined what arrogance is. In the beginning of hadith, it explains this of your question or answers the question of yours. That someone came to the Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. A guy came to the Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He said that I like to expose and express my clothes. And nice I like clothes, to be nice clothes, have the beautiful clothes, and beautiful shoes. Is that regarded as arrogance? The Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, no, Inna Allah Jameel yuhibbul Jamal. That Allah is beautiful and Allah loves the beauty. To expose and express beauty in a positive manner without any arrogance, of course. Allah loves. It doesn't have to do with. Do not just compare with someone other person.
Okay.
We have better clothes than you.
You don't want to make other people jealous. You know, like, oh, I want to show these people what my car is.
As long as you don't have that.
Yeah.
It's actually good. In fact, this is one of the fundamentals of Islam.
Show the ni'mah of Allah.
Yes, because in another hadith, the Messenger said, "Inna Allah yuhibbu an yara athara ni'matu ala abdi."
That hadith, huh?
Yeah, this hadith, yes. That Allah loves. Allah actually basically loves to see one of His slaves showing and expressing the blessing that Allah has provided with him, that Allah has bestowed with him.
Very good. Yeah.
So it's one of the bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the ni'mah, as you're thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with what Allah has given you. And you have to, and this is good. In fact, the opposite is not even allowed in Islam. While you can have better clothes, clean, beautiful clothes, clean shoes, you cannot make yourself, disgrace yourself.
Because some people they have like this thoughts that if I show off my, if I drive a nice car, or if I dress up nicely, people think I'm better than them, and some people they have this thought, but in reality, that's what Allah want to see on you.
Yes,
if Allah give you some money, show that you have this money.
Yes.
Show that you have, not showing off as arrogancy. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You show it up as a ni'mat Allah alayk. Not to make other people jealous. And do you have any specific ayah talk about this arrogancy? You talk about ayah about Quran or something, and if you have any
Yes.
ayah, you can,
Yeah, basically,
it's like
in
a dalil
Quran,
from Quran.
yes,
Yeah.
there are a lot of evidence from the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sometimes shows us as a story. Yeah, an incident happened, which is an arrogance.
Mm-hmm.
And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explained us that this is not allowed in the form of a story. In some way, Allah indirectly explained that arrogance is not allowed. In some way, Allah has directly said, like, إِنَّهُ لَا يُحِبُّ الْمُسْتَكْبِرِينَ, that Allah does not love at all. Indeed, Allah does not like or does not love those who have arrogance. So arrogance can be, when we come to the stories also, for example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned arrogance for example, in power. We have arrogance in power, we have arrogance in wealth, arrogance in the creation, how Allah has created you, or attitude. In all these types of arrogance, Allah mentioned in the Quran.
Subhanallah. So all the in details.
Yes,
like,
in details.
What type of arrogance, and Allah
For
does
example,
not like.
the arrogance of power, the best example is Fir'aun. Yes. إن فرعون علا في الأرض.
Yeah.
Allah is basically showing that you're superior from us. In fact, he declared that.
He declared that he's God. Actually, he said, "I'm ربكم الأعلى." Yes. I'm the biggest God that you guys. Subhanallah.
And ما علمت لكم من إله غيري.
Yes, that's another type of arrogance.
So, and unless the people believed in him, like that he's just God, like this would happen, this certain level it reached.
Wow. Yeah.
So that's the example of the type of arrogance in power. You have power, and you think yourself, and this is exactly what happens today. If you see the presidents, the leaders who lead a country,
some countries,
this is what they end up.
Yeah, that's what they think.
This is how they go into power. What happens? They think that they're God.
They're God. Yeah.
Yes.
Nobody can replace them.
Nobody can replace them.
They can't leave the seat until they die, and if they die, they make sure their son is gonna be the next person. Subhanallah.
So they're following the footsteps of Fir'aun. And this is how they end up. If you've been in a long time in a period in a power, you will convince yourself, okay, I'm the best here. Yeah. I'm superior.
Nobody better than me.
Nobody's better than this. What happens?
And the other thing is, like, even people they blow these people. They blow this president. They blow this wazir. They blow this person. They blow him. They keep blowing him up, until like he become big balloon. Yeah. And he's just a balloon. He's not even a real person, because Allah, by just a cold, he can never get up from his bed if he just have a cold.
Yes.
And the virus from the cold, you can't even see with your own eyes. You have to put it in the microscope and look at it. But that virus can make this leader not leaving his house for days. So that's Allah just show you, doesn't matter who you are, you can't be a God.
Yeah.
Yes. You can be arrogant, but you cannot be a God. And
the other type is arrogance in wealth, in terms of in wealth. There are some things that make you arrogant, basically, out of nowhere. You'll see that someone is very poor, has nothing, he's okay, calm, humble. Once he has got wealth, he is not the same person that you knew it.
Yes, I've seen that.
Yes.
I've seen these people, they change like that.
It means this wealth raised you. In fact, it wasn't supposed to do that to you, but you used it. It was wealth that turns into you an animal or something else.
Like Qarun, he said, like, أعطيت على علم عندي. Because Qarun is one of Moses.
His cousin. They were cousins.
Moses' cousin. That's what I heard. Yeah. So he's cousin of Moses, but when Allah showed him how to use a chemical and create gold from anything, he became the wealthiest man in entire life, eternity. But when he have this money, he said, like, okay, I'm the one get it. Nobody give it to me.
It's not from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
It's not from Allah. He forgot Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then he have the result, the consequences come for that.
What happened is an amazing thing. He also exposed and showed off arrogancy, even not only arrogancy. In fact, he is showing off this arrogance. He showed everything what he's had as a wealth outside, in the road, in the ways, and people are watching him. Until people said that, Ya layta lana mithla ma utiya Qarun. إنه لذو حظ عظيم. Yeah. What if we wish we could be like him?
Like him, yeah. So
he actually changed people's idea of mind also.
Even people mind change.
Yeah, he manipulated them with his arrogancy.
Subhanallah.
But what happened at the end? فخسفنا به وبدلا. Yeah.
So
well, yes.
Yeah,
so he's destroyed. Yeah. So arrogancy can lead you to someone else.
Can lead you to kufr actually.
Yeah.
Because arrogance, like Qarun, he's kafir.
Yes.
He left Moses' religion. He left anything because he thinks he's superior to anybody else. Same like Fir'aun. Same like all these examples in Quran. Like Sheikh said, there's many examples in Quran about arrogancy. So what hadith says? What hadith? Do you have any hadith about arrogancy? Like Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam talk about arrogancy in the hadith?
Yes.
You thought, I think you mentioned one of the hadiths just earlier.
Yes, yeah, one of the hadiths that's one of the best examples of the hadith is that one.
What's arrogancy is like a butter.
Yeah.
If you can say that hadith.
Yes, yeah, a guy came to me sallallahu alaihi wasallam and he said that that a man can have a beautiful clothes, beautiful shoes. Does that count as a arrogancy? The Messenger said, "Inna Allah yuhibbul jamal, al-kibru batrul haqqi wa ghamtun nas."
This is the arrogance.
Yeah.
Batrul haqq wa
ghamtun nas. Yes.
Can you elaborate on that? What is it?
It's like it's denying the truth. It could be both together, or it could be one of them. It's just it's either one of them. That arrogance can come from going against the fact, against any haqq. You do something, and someone comes to you says, "Oh, you're going against this ayah," and then someone quoted an ayah to you, and you say no.
You know this ayah is true.
Yes.
You know this is right. You know this person is right. Whatever told me is right, but you deny it.
Yeah, you deny it. You don't want to follow that.
Okay. So this is
that is called you're doing kibr.
Yeah, that's
this is kibr exactly. And وغمت الناس, and means seeing yourself as superior from others. And the other way is you're the best.
If somebody come tell you something, you just brush him off and don't talk to me. Who you are talking to me?
Yes,
I'm not the one. You know. Yes.
And this also happens there. You see, some people are knowledgeable. Allah has given them ilm, whether it's the ilm in the madi, ilm dunya, whether it's the ilm sharia. You will see some of them having this attitudes. Some have ego. They are egoistic.
That's the problem. Subhanallah. I've seen that.
They see themselves. Okay, they have knowledge. You will agree. You will witness that they have knowledge.
Yes.
But what happened? Their behavior. He thinks that he is better because of this ilm.
You see like you're nothing.
Yeah, you're nothing.
You can't even have an argument with him. You can argue with him.
Yes, he said that you are an uneducated, you're a layman, you're illiterate. How can you even talk to me? He will say.
SubhanAllah.
In fact, when it comes to the ulama, they were supposed to be the other way around, the opposite. Humble, down to earth.
Like a Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He teach everybody anything.
Yes, and regard yourself as you don't know anything. This is what we say.
Yes.
I'm the ulama here, I'm a sheikh here, I'm a scholar here, and you don't want to see anyone else beside you. This is what exactly is happening in a fitna around. If you see some mashaykhs, I would say, that they just want to have this masjid in control, to be in power. They don't want to see someone else coming. Otherwise, he's thinking that this person will take over your masjid or something like that.
That's what you think about dunya too much.
Yes.
Then when you think about here, you don't care about hereafter.
Yeah.
That's why you're scared of anybody. If anybody come close to you, you think he's gonna take for whatever you have. He's gonna take your money. He's gonna take your position. And this is big time. Like no. So like you can. If somebody have a different opinion than you, that doesn't mean this person is jahil.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean this person is literate. So listen from anybody else. Exactly. It doesn't matter if you're a professor, if you're just in Harvard, or it doesn't matter who you are. Listen from the little person. Probably that person that's small that you think is a little person, he have more knowledge than you. That's what happened to Moses. When Allah asked him, he said who's the knowledge? And Moses wasn't arrogant, by the way.
Yes.
He's a prophet. Allah, he prevent him to be arrogant. But when Allah asked him a simple question, who's more knowledgeable in this earth, he's like, nobody than me.
Yes. Allah. And in fact, he had a reason for this even, because he thought he was a prophet there. Yes. So of course nobody is gonna be more knowledgeable than a prophet.
Yeah, because he's have directly connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
But Allah just gave him tested him.
Yeah, subhanallah. Yeah. And the stories we can conclude with this story about the prophet. If you wanna tell us about the prophet Moses and Al-Khidr.
Oh yeah,
we can conclude with this. It's a long story, but we can highlight it so just people can know what kind of arrogance we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's not arrogant. The prophet Moses wasn't arrogant.
Yes.
Allah just give him a test,
Mhm.
and he passed that test.
Yeah.
He passed it 100%. How he passed it? Because he was when he know there's one person know more than him. He said, I can go anywhere in the earth to find out this person more than me,
Yes.
know more than me, so I can learn from him.
Exactly.
So this killed the arrogance right there.
Yeah.
He didn't sit back and it's like nobody know than me.
Yes.
No, you know.
Yeah, he didn't just kept on his ideology. I am the knowledgeable. Why would I go to someone else?
Someone I don't even know.
He became a student. طالب العلم.
Subhanallah, subhanallah. And inshallah, we'll conclude with this one. And the last question I have for you, Sheikh, what about if I have this arrogancy? If I now, after I see this this video, and I find myself, I have this, I see people, little than me, anybody's little, anybody's not like me. How can I fight this in me? How can I cure myself from arrogancy? In your way, what do you think? Like, what you can do to cure yourself if you have some arrogancy on you?
Why? First of all, of course,
It's a jihad. You have to do some jihad in yourself,
Yes,
because it's a
of
work.
course,
You have to
of
work
course.
on yourself
Yeah,
so you can get yourself out of it.
exactly. First of all, the one of us is just the approaches, the religious approaches. The Messiah also showed us these stories, everything you have to know about all these hadith and ayahs. When you understand them, you will put yourself into a realization. You have to just practice humbleness.
Educate yourself.
Yeah,
That's
educate
basically
yourself.
it.
The
Yeah.
first thing is, first and foremost is educate yourself. And the second thing is, you have to always know that whatever you have been given, whether it is wealth, whether it is dignity, whether it's power, or whether it's ilm, that this has been given from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Allah
You
can
should be
take
thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah can take this anyway from
anytime.
you.
Yeah.
And arrogancy can destroy this and all this what they have been given.
Mhm.
So instead of being thankful, you will be unthankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when you become the show arrogance.
Yeah.
So always you have to be humble. And in fact, when you become humble, you will be actually the superior. Indirectly, you'll be superior.
That's true.
ما وضع شخص إلا لله إلا رفعه الله. As in hadith, كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. No one puts himself down, and unless Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make that person high in high status. So being humble and down to earth is actually the solution for you. Another solution, yeah. And also the third thing will be the dua. Make more dua is one of actually the duas of the Prophet ﷺ. And that you should, Allah should protect you away from you.
Ask Allah, seek Allah, and
yes.
to help you clean up your heart from this arrogancy.
If you feel yourself that you have that such kind of attitude, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala
to help you out to get out of it. Okay, Sheikh, barakallah feek, jazakallah khair. My brother and sister to here, we ended up with Sheikh Abdul Rahman. Until next, inshallah, halqa. And thank you very much, Sheikh. And we'll see you next time, inshallah. And assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.